Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel.
Or welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate all of your support. And today we have been cooking up something super delicious and super tasty. We are making Nigerian jollof rice with a twist, so stay tuned for the recipe. Most importantly, we are going to start by washing our hands. We are cooking today, so it's so important that we wash our hands and ensure we're starting with a clean foundation. For our ingredients today, we will need 1 Scotch bonnet pepper, 2 small onions, 1 medium to large size bell pepper, and a jar of pasta sauce. You can use any brand like Ragu, Garden Select. Just ensure you're using a tomato and basil centered or tomato-based pasta sauce. Ensure there's no add-ons like cheese or cream because we want to keep this as authentic as possible. Next, we are going to chop and dice all of our vegetables, starting with our onions. You're going to chop this till they're a small size because once they are cooked in the jollof rice, you kind of want them to disappear, but also still have a little bite to them. Next, we are going to chop up our bell pepper, and you're going to want to ensure there's minimal to no seeds with the bell pepper. Oftentimes, having the seeds in your food causes a bitter taste, which we want to avoid. So be sure to chop your bell pepper and avoid seeds as much as possible. Lastly, for the Scotch bonnet, you are going to want to dice this as small as possible. Scotch bonnets are very spicy and we are using all the seeds in this one. So dicing it finely helps distribute it evenly amongst your jollof rice. And I was having a hard time chopping this to get the small pieces, so I ended up using a fork, which helped me to grab onto the Scotch bonnet and dice it quite small so that I was able to achieve the size that I was looking for. And here are my vegetables all diced up, ready to start sauteing them. Our next step is to portion out our rice. For this recipe today, we are using 3 cups of parboiled brown rice. You can use any type of rice for this jollof rice recipe. However, we prefer the brown rice for the best taste and texture. Our next step is to wash the rice. You are going to wash your rice at least 3 times or until the water runs clear. Make sure that you are straining out the water each time that you complete one wash to ensure the fresh water is being added to help remove those starches from the rice. After you've washed the rice, it should look like this. The water is clear, and allow the rice to soak in water while we are preparing the rest of our recipe. The next step is to start sauteing our vegetables. So you're going to get a medium-sized pot and set your stove to medium-high heat and add in your olive oil or neutral tasting oil. You will need enough to cover the bottom of the pot because we will be sauteing. After my oil has heated for about a minute or two, I'm going to drop an onion in just to make sure the oil is hot enough. And in this case, it was. So I'm going to add in the rest of my onions and allow that to saute for a few moments. As I'm sauteing the onions, I'm going to continuously be mixing, and I needed to adjust my heat to ensure that my onions do not burn. So I turned my stove all the way down to low so that I could continue sauteing the onions and avoid them burning. So once the onions have began to sweat, I am going to add in my Scotch bonnet pepper. What this will do is will give the Scotch bonnet enough time to cook so that the overall recipe does not come out too spicy, but still has a wonderful taste. Once again, I'm continuously mixing to ensure that nothing burns and nothing sticks to the bottom of my pot. After about 2 minutes, I'm going to add in half of my chopped red bell pepper. We are going to save the remaining half for later on in the recipe, but we are going to saute the first half of our bell pepper with the onions and Scotch bonnet to give that enough time to cook and soften with the rest of the vegetables. We are going to continue mixing this for about 2 to 3 more minutes to ensure that all of the vegetables are sauteed evenly. The next part of our recipe will be to add our seasonings. We will be using 1 teaspoon of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of chicken seasoning, and 1 large bay leaf. If you don't have a large bay leaf, feel free to use 2 small bay leaves. Once all your seasonings have been added, you will give that a good mix to incorporate that throughout the onions, peppers, and Scotch bonnet that we've been sauteing. 2 minutes after adding the seasonings, we will then add our pasta sauce. You will add 1 whole jar of your pasta sauce. The reason why we are creating this recipe today is because oftentimes when we are cooking, we might not have access to all the ingredients to make a pepper stew that traditional jollof rice has, or maybe you're living in a dorm and you don't have access to a blender or a full-size stove. So this recipe can even be cooked in a rice cooker, for example. And it also cuts the time of cooking jollof rice in less than half, I would say. Traditional jollof rice includes blending onions, peppers, tomatoes, and boiling that until your pepper stew has been formed. And then you would typically follow the remainder of this recipe. But by using a pasta sauce, you are saving so much time and getting a very delicious flavor, if I may say so myself. And again, once all the pasta sauce has been added and you've rinsed out your jar, you're going to give that a good mix and allow this to cook. Hi everyone, I just wanted to drop in and say, please don't forget to subscribe. Your support means so much to me, and I thank you all for joining me along this journey. Once you've covered your pot, you're going to get a plate or a spoon holder to set your spoon down for good kitchen etiquette. Look at that steam. Okay, my pepper mixture has been cooking for about 10 minutes now. And as you can see, some of the oil has started to rise to the top of our stew. What you will do is give this a good mix to ensure there's no sticking at the bottom, but we will need a little bit more time for cooking. After about 5 more minutes, our pepper mixture is now ready, so we can give that one more good mix and start adding in our rice. We are not going to add water when we are adding our rice into our pepper mixture because we want to ensure that we allow our food to cook with steam. If you do add too much water, your jollof rice will come out very mushy and stick together. Whereas if you use minimal water, your food will cook with steam and come out fluffy and delicious. I'm going to give my rice a good mix to thoroughly distribute that amongst the pepper mixture. This will allow for even cooking and there won't be any patches of white rice throughout the jollof rice. Once that has been all mixed together, I'm going to grab one layer of aluminum foil to cover my pan. As mentioned, we will be cooking with steam today, so adding in the aluminum foil creates a sealed barrier to avoid any steam from escaping while we are cooking. So you will place your lid back on and ensure that the foil is wrapped tightly around the lid. We are going to leave this to cook for at least 20 minutes. Ensure that you are not opening the pot at all during those 20 minutes, and you're going to ensure your stove is set to medium low while cooking. So it's been 20 minutes, and see how much steam is rising up from the pot. That's how we know the jollof rice is cooking well. We are going to give this a mix, and as you can see, a lot of the rice grains are looking quite white still, so we do need a little bit more time to cook this, but you are going to give this a good mix to make sure that all the peppers and the stew is well combined with the rice to allow for even cooking. So we are going to cover our pot once again and allow this to continue cooking for about 5 minutes, and we'll take another look. After about 5 minutes, we're going to give this another look and a good mix. As you can see, our jollof rice is looking so fluffy, and we're going to give this a taste to check for salt. This is the time to adjust your seasonings as needed. My jollof rice needed a little bit more salt, so I'm going to add salt in here. Give that a good mix to evenly distribute all the salt. Cover your pot once again and let this continue steaming for about 5 more minutes. After 5 minutes, here's what my jollof rice is looking like. It's looking amazing already. Give this one good mix to fluff up the rice. And remember that half a bell pepper from early on? Well, now we are going to add this in. What this will do is will provide a lovely sweet taste to contrast the spiciness of your jollof rice. And we are going to mix that in to incorporate that. Now our jollof rice is ready, so the only thing left to do is to give this a taste. Just look at how wonderful and steamy that looks. It honestly looks like traditional jollof rice, and you wouldn't know that this recipe uses pasta sauce as its secret ingredient. before we forget, make sure you turn off your stove and remove the rice from the stove to stop any residual heat from continuing cooking your rice. You do not want your food to become mushy, so remove your pot off the stove, but keep the lid on to allow the rice to continue steaming from within. This rice is smoky, it's fluffy, it's delicious, and I'm just salivating looking at it. So now it's my turn to give it a try. As you know, chef eats first, but it's very hot, so give that a blow to ensure that you are able to give it a try. And I think my reaction says it all. Next, I'm going to dish up some jollof rice for my mom to try it out. This is actually her recipe, so I want to know if I did it justice. And my mom's review just speaks for itself. Just take a listen. What do you think?
I think it's really good. I like the red pepper. It gives it a sweetness. With the spiciness together.
Okay, and what would you give it out of 10?
Honestly, for the easiness, how easy it is to make it, I'll give it a 10.
10, nice. I'm glad you enjoy it.
And guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know what you think of this rice. I think it's amazing.
Mom's got it. Mom plugged the channel. You heard what Mom said. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, everyone.